Hello, dear friends. A warm welcome once again. My dear friends, welcome once again to the International Fab Talks. Yes, dear, it's all about Fab Talks, wanting to know more about people, about their journey, how they could inspire you and me and all of our guests here today. Dear friends, it's a beautiful journey. This life is a gift, and we have to live it to the fullest. And we have our special celebrity here today to teach us how to live life to the fullest. And guess how? I'll keep it a secret till we get back to our celebrity. Let me introduce my celebrity today on the International Fab Talks. She is Janani Ramakrishnan, a chartered accountant, a mental health specialist. She's going to do wonders and make us understand how you could balance your life. And what keeps worrying most of us? Finance. We are not able to deal with our finances in the appropriate way or in an accurate manner. We misappropriate our finances, and that creates a lot of mental imbalance, a lot of disturbances in our mind. Several suicides have taken place. So today, I'd like to invite our special guest on the International Fab Talks, Janani Ramakrishnan, a chartered accountant and a mental health specialist. Welcome, ma'am, to the session.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, dear. Thanks for accepting the invite. We were very happy and humbled the day you accepted the invite. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Dear friends, it's time to introduce our guest in an official way, but of course, with the permission of our celebrity. Dear ma'am, could I introduce you in an official way, please?
Yeah, sure. Please go ahead.
Thank you, dear. Thank you. So, dear friends, I take the honor and pleasure of introducing our special guest today. She is Janani Ramakrishnan, and let's get to know who is the real Janani Ramakrishnan. She is a CA, a chartered accountant. Janani Ramakrishnan, she's been serving as an NLP practitioner. She's been certified by IAPCCT, certified NLP practitioner, a wonderful life coach, an emotional intelligence practitioner concentrating on mental health, creating mental awareness. You're able to take care of your emotions, then you are really on that path to progress. So here she's an emotional wellness expert, and she's the founder of Harmony with Janani in Coimbatore. And Coimbatore is in Tamil Nadu. Am I right, ma'am?
Yes, yes,
Tamil
you
Nadu
are.
and India. Yes, dear friends, we come back here. Janani Ramakrishnan is a distinguished chartered accountant and a passionate advocate for mental health and wellness, with a unique blend of financial expertise and a deep understanding of mental health. She has dedicated her life to supporting several individuals across Tamil Nadu and India, and even internationally, in achieving financial prosperity and balancing their emotions very well. Dear friends, as a chartered accountant, Janani Ramakrishnan has spent more than a decade honing her financial expertise. Her meticulous attention to detail, her unwavering commitment to ethical financial practices. I'd like to repeat that. Ethical financial practices have earned her the respect of the clients and colleagues from diverse industries, ranging from startups to large established corporations. And friends, we have Janani Ramakrishnan's true calling that extends beyond numbers. I hope you get that right. Beyond numbers is she's there to touch your hearts and minds and create a positive vibe in your life. It's not only digital literacy, it's not only financial literacy, it's literacy to understand your own emotions and your thoughts. Her deep-seated belief is the importance given to mental health, which led her to become a certified mental health practitioner. She understands that financial success is intrinsically linked to mental well-being. If your financial status is good, you can very well balance your mental state as well. That's what she thinks, and it is very true in many cases. And she's on a mission to help individuals strike a harmonious balance. Balance between what? Between your financial well-being and emotional well-being. Your thoughts and the way you manage your finances could create a beautiful life for you. Driven by a compassionate mission, Janani Ramakrishnan became actively involved in mental health practices, providing individuals with guidance and support to achieve a harmonious balance between their financial goals and mental well-being. She has become a beacon of hope to many, including me and all our guests here, to balance and manage and navigate the complexities of life and overcome financial struggles. and achieve financial freedom. And friends, there's more to it. In addition to her mental health practice endeavors, Janani Ramakrishnan is deeply connected to, guess what? To social causes. She loves to create that impact in the society, to concentrate on bringing a change in the society. She is associated with notable non-government organization NGOs such as Team Everest and Make a Difference Coimbatore chapters, actively contributing her time and expertise to uplift who? The marginalized communities and provide essential resources to those who are in need. She actively engages in promoting the mental well being of young adults. I repeat myself, young adults. There are many young people out there committing suicides just because they have faced a little financial distress or maybe some type of a personal stress and giving up their lives. So she is trying to rearrange their lives and rewire their brain to come back and fight and stay stable and live a complete life, and concentrating on the emotional health of everyone. In addition to a corporate and philanthropic pursuits, Janani Ramakrishnan is a sought after visiting faculty member. Many of them would want her in their organizations. For what? As a guest speaker at various colleges and universities. Her lectures on mental health, financial literacy, etc., and the intersection between the two have left a lasting impact on her clients, the students she has impacted, or come across or crossed paths with them and shared her expertise with them. She has inspired them and made them take control of their financial future, of their financial, uh, thoughts and desires that they have, and how to balance their finances in life, while at the same time prioritizing emotional and mental health. And dear friends, with her unique blend of financial expertise, mental health coaching, and philanthropic engagements, Janani Ramakrishnan exemplifies the new age professional who is not only dedicated to her clients' financial success, but also to the broader cause of creating mental health awareness, acceptance, love, compassion, and creating a social impact in everybody's life. She is an inspiration, a role model that all of us should take in our personal and professional lives. Let's get to know more directly from our special guest. Ma'am, with so many achievements, so much of hard work and passion you put, yet you're so humble and you've joined us today on the International Fab Talks. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And thank you so much for that wonderful introduction.
Thank you, dear. Thank you, ma'am. We'd like to start the interview with you. Dear friends, we begin with the first round of the interview, the main part. Ma'am, who is Janani Ramakrishnan, the real you?
Okay, so Janani Ramakrishnan, as a person, and at this stage of life, at this point of life, I would define myself as a mother of two angels. And my life after their birth has been revolving around them continuously. And yeah, so apart from Janani Ramakrishnan as an individual, I would actually define myself as a mother to my daughters.
Wonderful. A mother to two angelic daughters. In fact, you are an
Yeah.
angel to many of us. You're an angel in disguise. And your little children, too, you say, I have two little angels. That's really very nice. So I see a great mother in you, a great human, a compassionate human being, not only to you, towards your family, but to the world at large. Wonderful. That's really nice. In fact, dear friends, not only being enclosed in your family, in your cocoon with your family, but spreading your wings across the world to share the joy, peace, and of course, calm and harmony in everybody's life. Dear ma'am, we've been in the professional front, all of us. We faced a lot of stress on the personal and professional level. How do you manage your stress? If you could share it with us, it could help us, it could help our virtual audience and as well as our guests over here to de stress, the best way to de stress.
Okay, so there are many ways that I follow to de stress myself. So, what is stress actually? So, stress is actually us not being in the present moment, right? So, we are not there, we are not living in the present. So, our thoughts and all are there in the past. So, we actually dwell on our past, we keep dwelling on our past, and we lose sight of what is there in front of us, and we miss to live in the present. So that is what stress is all about. So I take one mantra very seriously. So whatever has happened has happened. So we'll not be able to change that, right? So what is in our control? What will we be able to control or change or bring about a change? Is what is there in front of us now. So having that thought continuously, and there are few practices that I follow, so that my mentor has taught me. So like grounding practices, meditation, and gratitude. So by grounding practices, in the sense, I focus full body scan, yeah, from the top of the head to the toe, and then de-stressing each part, yeah, and then leaving it, and then having a deep breath in and out. And the third thing that I usually do is gratitude. So my gratitude journey began way back in 2020 when COVID started, and that's when I started taking classes, these emotional well-being, emotional intelligence, NLP, and all that. And that is when my journey of gratitude also started. So very religiously, I was following a gratitude journal, yeah, being thankful, starting from your own close circles, and then that extending to the other people, nature, people around you, and all that. So gratitude doesn't only mean uh, thankfulness in words, but it also means you should act it out. So it doesn't mean I'll have to just say thanks. It is not only through words, it is also by action. So if I'm feeling grateful, I will act it out. So for example, if you say, if I am gratitude, if I am feeling grateful to my body, I would start taking care of it. Yeah. So I would be mindful of what I eat. I would take care of my body. I will be physically fit, mentally fit, so and all that, and overall holistic well-being. So
Wonderful. Yeah.
stress is necessarily being in the present and not taking things very seriously.
Wonderful. Being in the present. That body scan
Yeah,
you said, gratitude you said, meditation. That's really very nice. I love that. The full body scan.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
wonderful. And
yeah. Being grateful to your sorry to
yeah,
cut you
you
there.
sorry, you go ahead. Please go ahead.
No, no, just being grateful to each part of your body. There are so many people with so many ailments and illness and physically challenged and all that. So, God has given you everything in perfect shape and size. So, it is all doing its own work, and you should actually be grateful for that.
Yes, ma'am. Definitely, dear. That's really nice. Wonderful, dear. So, dear friends, this is what our celebrity shares with us: a full body scan, gratitude, loads of gratitude, a gratitude journal. That's really very nice, and much more. Dear ma'am, may we know who is the little Janani? Who was that little girl? Was she mischievous? Do you see the same mischievous in your two little angels? Or are they a little different? How were you? A naughty, shy, talkative, argumentative? How were you when you were a little kid?
Okay. As a little kid, Janani was a very shy person, an introvert who would never talk to people by herself. But uh, as years went by, as months passed, as years passed, and me facing the real world, for the person who I am today, I should be very thankful to my mother, because she's the one who has made me for who I am today, this independent and confident uh, girl sitting and facing so many people. So I wasn't the same when I was young. So I used to be very shy, I used to be an introvert, and starting a conversation with someone is very difficult for me. So I had my own gang, a very little small gang of 3 to 4 people with whom I shared things and all that. Even nowadays, it's the same. I wouldn't say I have been totally changed. I've become a very different person. No, that's still there. But the perspective with which I see the world and I see people and I take along the relationships and make connections have changed a bit nowadays. Uh, Excuse me, ma'am, you are on mute, I guess.
Yes, dear. I just muted myself to listen to you. I didn't want to disturb you in any way of
No
this any
problem.
of the sounds that were, around me. That's so nice. You were sharing it so very well that
Thank
you
you.
were an introvert and then you emerged out and you started connecting with people, and that's how we all have to be, come out and share our journey with everyone and create an impact in the world. Wonderful, ma'am. That's really very nice. And how are your little kids? Are they somebody similar to you, or they have their own unique personality?
I actually see so much of myself in my elder daughter. My elder daughter is 6 years old, and my younger daughter is 1 year old. So I don't know yet if my younger daughter is more like me, but then my elder daughter, sometimes I could see my characteristics in her, but she is herself as a girl. Yeah, she has her own individuality, but here and there I can see myself in her, and I really enjoy that part. I just sit and observe her doing things for herself, enjoying by herself. That's how I was there as a kid. So I would be there enjoying by myself, being an introvert and all that. And I did not have a big gang and all that. So now when I see her enjoying by herself, it gives me immense pleasure.
Oh, great. That's really very nice, dear. That's good to know. Dear ma'am, you are an inspiration to many of your students, your clients. You've been working in different organizations, NGOs, and in schools, colleges, etc. People look up to you as an inspiration. But may we know today who is your inspiration in particular? Who is your role model? As you said, your mom, I know that. Apart from your mom, is there anybody else?
Yeah. So I think for most of us, it's our moms first. So, and then profession wise, I would like to quote Mrs. C.A. Shri Priya Kumar, who is a Central Council member, and she is the first lady to be elected to the Central Council. So, she is my inspiration in the chartered accountancy profession. And secondly, in the life coaching and whatever I do with the kids and young adults now, there are two of my mentors, Karthik and Gauri. So, Gauri is my biggest inspiration with respect to mental health, and yeah, so I always look up to her. So, more than a mentor, I see her as my guru. You can call it anyways.
Gauri ma'am, right?
Yeah, yeah, Gauri.
She's a person with full of energy. You know?
Yeah, I think you had a talk
Yes,
with her
our
also,
session
right?
is done.
Gauri Gopinath. Yes.
Wonderful, wonderful, ma'am. And I guess even you have your own uniqueness, like you see, you have that special spark in you where you could, with your softness, with your kindness, connect with everybody. That's really very nice. Dear ma'am, do you love reading books? And if so, your favorite book?
Yeah, I actually love reading books, and I have a mini library here at my home. So it ranges Tamil books, English books, and now my kids have started showing interest in books. So there are kids' books also. So I love reading books. And my favorite book, if you would ask me, there are so much, but if I should quote one in the recent times, it's the Ramchandra series by Amish. So I have read and reread about Ram, Sita, Ravan, and lastly Lanka, Ravan.
That's really
So
nice.
that gives a, it's actually a mythology, but then the author gives a twist and gives human values in that, human perspectives to the mythology. So that is very wonderful, and that's what I love in Amish. So I actually wanted to read Shiva trilogy also, which is one of the favorites of my brother, but still it's in the pending list, wish list, since with two kids I don't get time now. But of late, I am so fascinated about Ramchandra series.
Wonderful. That's really nice. Dear ma'am, is there any book that based on fiction or maybe any autobiography you've been reading you'd like to share with us today?
Autobiography, I have there are a few things I have been having it in my wish list, and I would be reading one by Matthew Perry. and very sadly he has passed away today. So the famous Friends character Chandler. So the book is yet to arrive. So I was just checking the tracking status of my book today, and it was, I had a session in the morning today, and it was very unfortunate that I had to see this death news. I mean, him passing away when I had to track the book of him. So yeah, so autobiography I have read about. There are a few people by Michelle Obama. Yeah,
Okay.
and then this Matthew Perry's. I'm just awaiting his book now.
Wonderful, dear. Wonderful. Very nice. Michelle Obama also has an autobiography to her credit. I didn't
Yes,
know that. That's really nice. Thanks for sharing. Maybe I could lay my hands on that and read it as well because I think she's also a great inspiration.
yes, yes.
Yes, I believe she's a great inspiration. Dear ma'am, how would you like to be remembered in this world? And why should people remember Janani Ramakrishnan? For what?
Okay. I would want people to remember Janani Ramakrishnan as a person who is there for the younger generation in upbringing their skills, their values, and creating an impact from the roots. So the change, I believe the change has to happen from the root, from the seed. So me going and talking to adults, yeah, 30 plus, 40 plus, 50 plus, isn't necessarily going to bring about the change, because we have already lived our life halfway through. So I believe, if at all I mean we, though I, if at all we as human beings wanted to have some change, see some change, it should be from the seeds, right? So I believe we'll have to impart all that from the young kids, starting from, yeah, 8, 10, and all that. So I would want people to remember Janani Ramakrishnan as the one who has made impact in the younger generations, younger
Great.
kids.
Focusing on the younger generation. As I read your
Yeah.
profile, young adults. So that's
Yes.
nice to create a better future, beautiful world ahead, to groom them. So you would like to be remembered as a person or a personality who has groomed the younger generation, right?
Yeah.
Wonderful. To balance their emotions, their mental health, and of course, their financial well being as well. Wonderful, ma'am. Excellent.
Yes.
Dear ma'am, do you ever get holidays? And if so, where would you like to go if you get a lot of holidays? Your favorite holiday destination?
Okay, so I am not that kind of person who travels a lot. So I am a very laid back person who would like to uh, be there, enjoy nature, and not much of traveling. So one place that I would love to go to is Leh Ladakh.
Oh, Leh Ladakh.
So
May I know where is it? Is it in Assam or somewhere? Leh
that's there in
Ladakh,
the northern part. Is
northern part of
It's
India.
all that I know, because my brother has been there to Leh Ladakh, and and the stories that he had shared with me, inspired me to visit this place. So yeah,
Ladakh. I've heard that. No, I have to Google it up now slowly and find out actually where it is. That's really nice. Something unique, something different from South India. That would really be
yeah,
nice to go and check out.
yeah. I have been there to most part of South India, being here, but to the northern side, I have never been to anywhere except for during my college days. I visit to Delhi and all that, Delhi, Jaipur. So that was a very short trip. So did not get to enjoy it much. So yeah, would love to visit Leh Ladakh.
Great, great, dear. Ma'am, what is that one quality that you like in yourself? This is Janani Ramakrishnan, and I love myself because this is my core quality. This is my USP.
Okay, so what I love in myself is that I would like to go way beyond in helping people. Yeah. So whenever there is a person who has approached me for something, ask me for something, for some help, I go way beyond and make sure it is all done, and I also follow it up. So I have been disdained by others, even my family members, for this. So for going way beyond, but somehow I think this has become my routine, or muscle memory, whatever you could say, that I'm not able to come out of. So, but I am proud of this. So whenever there's a person approaching me for help or something, I go way beyond and do things for them. So I do not want to lose this quality also, for
Now,
whatever reasons, be
that's
it.
really going out of the way to help people is that makes you
Yeah.
unique. That's really. But ma'am, when we continuously go out of the way to help people, there are people who take advantage. Don't you feel that, ma'am?
Yeah, I have been doing it and I have faced the
Facing it?
consequences. Yeah, but after this COVID and when I had started taking these sessions, NLP, emotional intelligence, and all that, I started understanding one thing that my mentor always used to say, Mr. Karthik. He used to say, "It is a crime to help people who doesn't ask for it."
That's very true. And I tell
So
Karthik, thank you, a big thank you from because we all have been doing that mistake. And please, I'd
yeah,
like you to repeat that once again, please.
so it is a crime to help people who doesn't ask for it.
That's it.
So nowadays, what I have started doing is that instead of me going and doing things, I still do things, but only to those people who come and ask for it, literally and verbally. So I still do that, but to only people who ask me to do that. So it is not that I mean, out of the way go and help people who hasn't asked me. Yeah, I was like that, but after these sessions and after traveling with Karthik 3 years, I started changing myself. But as I told you, as I was saying a little earlier, also, I do not want to lose this quality. So I have learned to do it in a better way. That I would say.
Wonderful. That's a beautiful takeaway for me because we've all been doing this mistake, helping people who don't even ask for help and then getting it back from them. You know, that's very nice. Thanks to Mr. Karthik, wherever you are, and hats off for this beautiful one-liner. It's nice. And Mr. Karthik, many of them have been really praising Mr. Karthik on this platform. He's really a unique person, and I'd love to have him too because he seems to be quite unique and inspiring many of them around. And today you're sharing his name with us. And thanks for that. That's really very nice. Dear ma'am, apart from this, now we go on somewhere in you're a CA, a chartered
Yeah.
accountant. What if you won a big lottery? What would you do with all of that money? How would you manage it?
Okay, so the thing is that that is purely out of luck, I would say. So that is not earned by me, though it has been destined that I should be getting it. That is not earned by me. So being a philanthropist now, whatever is possible from me, with my earning capacity, I do it. So if at all I won hypothetical situation, I understand. But if at all I win a lottery, I would like to donate it and uplift the marginal community. So I could be doing it in a better way if I won a lottery.
Wonderful. The marginalized community in a better way. Wonderful. Dear ma'am, when you were in school, in college, were you interested in sports and games? Or it was only
Uh,
numbers? Numbers and
no, no,
football.
no. I was not into numbers throughout my school days, but what fascinated me to take up CA was my mom, who was reading these big books. But I did not know that it was very tough then. As a kid, I was very fascinated by seeing the size of the book. That's how I ended up being a CA. But during the school days, yes, I was into shuttle, shot put, running, and all that, and that did stop after I came to 10th, 11th, and all that. But then after marriage, from the year 2018 and few years before marriage, I started running marathons. So now I am into marathon running, training for that, and then into cycling recently.
Okay,
So
great.
if you could call
Marathon,
it a sport.
cycling, running. That's wonderful. That's really nice to keep yourself so engaged at, even this moment. That's really nice.
Thank
And
you.
you're a role model in that, I should say, an inspiration to many of us.
Thank
Wonderful.
you.
Dear ma'am, what is that one change you would like to bring in this world? If there is some change you would want to see and bring about and work on it, what is that one change you would like to focus on?
Okay, so there are so many social causes that I could quote, but it is all beyond our control. But what one thing that I could quote is spreading love. Yeah. So that should start. So as I have been telling it throughout till now, that should start from you. So when you keep aside everything and start spreading love, welcome the other person with open arms and an open heart, right? So it all starts from there. It should all actually start from you. So when that change happens, it'll you will that will have a ripple effect, and you will start inspiring more people to do it, and you will automatically see a change. When you just want the world to change and you sitting with the same old yourself, nothing is going to change. Is what I believe in. So I believe that one thing that could change all is love, peace, and harmony.
Beautiful. Very nice. Are there any plans for retirement? And if so, like at what age would you like to retire, or you'd like to continue your work till the last breath? What are your plans? I've given you two options.
Okay, so I mean, I could choose either. You having given me option, but I love doing what I do, so I don't see a retirement to it. But then after a few years, I would just slowly start reducing my workload and start concentrating on things that I actually wanted to do for so long. Like traveling, because I'm not that big of a traveling person, but off late I've started developing interest to see people, to see places, to try different cuisines, and to be there and experience different cultures. But now it is not the right time for me to do all that, having two kids, this profession, and all that. And so I just wanted to do all this. So these things are there in my bucket list, so that I wouldn't per se call it retirement, but taking time off for yourself, self care, self-love, you can call it anyways.
Great. That's really nice, ma'am. Very nice. Thank you so much. Dear ma'am, how would you explain this in just a few sentences? Smart work and hard work. Because I've seen that you minutely, you know, involving or integrate, beautifully, intricately, or what, I can't get that word, a nice word. Very, you're weaving it, maybe I could say it in that way if I couldn't get the right word at the right time. You're weaving mental health, emotional health, and financial, freedom, or maybe financial literacy very well. You're weaving it. It's very
Mhm.
integrate. Again, I'm unable to get that right word. It's just slipping off my tongue. Beautiful. You're designing it. Maybe how you're trying to put all of these three together and bring harmony in the lives of people.
Okay, so in these lines, you would want to know what is hard
Yes.
work and smart work from my perspective, right? So, see, hard work is not replaceable. So hard work, I mean, both hard work and smart work has its place. So, but nowadays in this time, you should actually be smart also and do smart work and not only be working hard. So I actually don't feel ashamed to learn from even a kid. So even today, I learn many things from my 6-year-old daughter, 1-year-old daughter. So whenever I go to colleges and interact with these students, there are things that I take back home when I finish a session and come back. So from my perspective, smart work is that, um, where you can do one thing better, keep aside that ego, get to learn that, do it in that way. If there's a better way from what you are already doing it, is what I would say as a smart work. So there's nothing to be ashamed of to learn from a person, any person, be it not only from from people above you, even from people who are there, your team members, your colleagues, even young kids. There are so many things. If you silently sit and observe them, they would teach you life lessons.
Very true. Very nice. And that's what is smart work. Learning from everybody. Learning everything you get from someone to learn. In fact, there was a person said, I just learn from these vendors who have these push carts. I learn how to, do hard work. At the same time, I sometimes learn the smart work that he is able to converse with the, customers. and get them the regular customers. So that's smart work, the way you communicate with them. So I used to observe, one of the person was sharing that. So this is smart work, when you converse very well, communicate very well. So smart work combined with hard work, like that. So very nice, ma'am. That's really so nice. So you're weaving a beautiful world out there on the mental health issues, on emotional well-being, and of course financial literacy. Wonderful. Dear ma'am, would you like to take the risk and answer this? Would you like to mention a few of your best friends? Usually, most of them say, ma'am, pass. If I forget one of my friends, he or she is going to, you know, question me. Why did you leave me out? Or maybe he'll not text or message me or call me or talk to me, maybe. Everyone is sensitive. So, would you like to take the risk and mention a few of your best friends' names today?
Yeah, yeah, sure. As I told you, being open and showing that love and harmony is what is important. So I know even if I forget to name a few and they are getting angry on me, I can always go back and start a communication and just explain, because all problems will end if you communicate. So yeah, I do not mind naming them. So from my school days, my best friends are Janani. We shared the same names and we
Your
have
name
been
is also
together.
Janani. You share the
Yeah,
same.
yeah. If I could tell you one thing, there were at a point of time there were three Jananis in our classes till 8th standard. So
How
the
did your
teachers wouldn't
teachers
call out.
identify you, people like you?
Yeah, while calling out the attendance, they're like Janani KRS. That's all. So it's not Janani K, Janani R, Janani KRS. So that's how it will be. So up till 8th standard, there were three Jananis in our classes. And this best friend of mine, whom I am mentioning as Janani, we have been traveling together from my first standard. And even till date, if I go to her house, so she is open. So even in the beginning of 2023 January, I stayed there. I stayed at her place for 12 days, so more than a week. So that's how it is. So from my schooling days, it is Janani, and then the other person is Karun. So two of them from my school, and then from college days, if you'd ask me, it is Varsha, and then Deekshanya, and then yeah, school and college, that's all right. After that, it is all, we build relationships just to build networks and have connections, so it's all mutual give and take. So I believe friendships are best in schools and colleges. So yeah.
Yes. Wonderful. That's really nice. Thanks for sharing. And give our love to Janani, to Varsha, and all of the others you've mentioned. Yes,
Sure, sure.
wonderful. Dear ma'am, here's a question. Like, do you have a dream project in place that you'd like to share with us? Yes, I have a dream project. I'm working on it. Would you, if you could also take
uh,
it like this, yes or no, and you would like to answer, go ahead further, or you can stop with a yes or a no. It's your choice. Or keep it a
yeah, yeah,
secret.
I have a dream project, nothing to keep it as a secret, but the one thing that I'm working on is something that I wanted to curate for the kids, so as I've been telling throughout the interview, I wanted to have some impact with the younger generation. So I just wanted to have a holistic view of wellness from the point of view of kids, wherein I could impart and facilitate. I wouldn't say teach, but wherein I facilitate and let them know what is what with respect to holistic well-being. So by holistic well-being, I mean mental health, financial health, social health, physical health, spiritual health, physical well-being. So all the 6 or 7 aspects of well-being, so that is there in my bucket list. So I would really want to work on it, and I am in search of content. I'm in search of people who would be able to help me out with that, where I could co-create, where I could partner with them, anything at all, but something that would really make an impact with the kids on a holistic basis. Yes, that's
Wonderful.
there in my bucket list.
On a holistic basis, you would like to impact the lives of kids. You like to co-create and to connect with people, network, and create a beautiful world for your dream project. Wonderful, ma'am. I
Yes.
really like that. Wonderful. Dear ma'am, I'd like you now to come to a very important part. There are senior citizens out there who haven't saved a penny. They have utilized all their money for their family to bring up their children, to focus on their child's education, or if they have more than one child, their children's education. And in fact, they didn't have any savings. And today, most of them are abandoned, penniless,
Yeah.
either on the roads or maybe on in the government NGOs where they have these shelters for senior citizens, the old age homes. What advice would you give the younger generation? Should they start saving the moment they get their first paycheck or their earnings? It could be either from business or your job. The first earnings, should they start saving from day one for their senior,
Okay.
for their retirement?
Okay. So, in that sense, I would actually say savings is necessary, but not to the extent of you focusing only on savings and losing sight of enjoying the life.
Wow.
So, what are we earning for? So, to live and enjoy life to the fullest. But you only focusing on savings and putting all of it into the savings pot is not going to make any sense. So, I would actually say save to the extent for the medical emergencies and any of the dreams or goals that you would have. Yes. And apart from that, enjoy life. So, we do not know till what age or what time we'll be here to live and enjoy life and experience it. So yeah, but savings is also necessary because the medical costs and all have shot up. So one medical emergency and it's boom, it's gone. So yeah, save, have insurances, yeah, to forecast and mitigate the expenses, but enjoy life too. That is also important.
Yes, dear. Very nice. Very practical. Very practical. You never know what's going to be the next moment. No one has seen, but it's good to say, but don't only save and get stuck up in saving and forget to live your life. I love that. Wonderful.
Yes.
Dear ma'am, what brings a smile to your face often?
Often,
As it is, you
I
have a
would.
smiling face. I've seen your pics. I've seen you now too. I'm seeing you still now. But yet, I would like to ask you that special smile from within, when does it come?
I it would be very funny if I'd say it is tea, chai that brings smile on my face because I could even say an addict who cannot live without tea. But given the circumstances now, I should be actually letting go of that tea, which is very, a very difficult situation where I'm put at. Very difficult decision for me. But yes, tea brings me smile. Books, that new books smell, along with a cup of tea, a mug of tea by side, and a nice comfy chair is what brings me smile. And of late, as I've been telling you, my two angels. Ma'am, you're on mute.
Thank you, dear. Thank you so much. That's really nice. So I was just not wanting to disturb you, so I just muted myself. Thank you. And I forget that I've done it on most of the shows. Most of the shows I've done that. They've allotted me, ma'am, you're on mute. Dear ma'am, I like the way you said, yeah, the smell of a new book, coffee, and having something warm to drink, maybe tea or coffee, and your two angels bring a beautiful smile. Simple as that. That's very nice. Dear ma'am, any weakness for sweets, chocolates, and ice creams? Any one of these?
Definitely a big yes. I am a big sweet tooth, but sweet tooth is only restricted to chocolates, not the chocolate toffees or anything. The chocolate flavor, so it's the hot chocolate. So if I go for ice creams, it is that the flavor, chocolate flavor is what I'm addicted to.
Yes. One second. All chocolate flavors?
Yeah, yeah, all chocolate flavors.
Oh, great.
Dark chocolate, milk chocolate.
Great. Ma'am, is there anything that scares you?
Uh, yes, definitely. So I am afraid of two things. So one is, what if I am left alone without the support of my mother? Is one thing. I mean, this has become my scariest part after I have become the mother. And the second thing is, what if I leave things in between that I started, without completing. So, as I have been telling you, my dream project or my dream is to do something for the kids. So, working on this. So what if I leave it all in between and go off all of a sudden? So that's the two things that scares me the most.
Yes, dear. Thank you for sharing. That's really nice. Dear ma'am, you're so soft, calm, very soft spoken. I feel you're like an angel, a butterfly. Very soft, very delicate. Do you ever get angry?
You should actually ask this question to Gauri, I guess, because I am a very short tempered person, and the reason I took all of these certifications was for personal transformation and not to take it up as a profession. So I started all this for my personal transformation because I wanted to become a better version of myself for my kids and to be a role model for them to look up to, So I was a very short tempered person, and Gauri actually helped me a lot with dealing with my emotions. So even now, here and there, I get angry, I lose my temper, but then I know how to control it, how to respond, and not to react. So yeah, even now, so without all these emotions, you're not a human being, right? As human beings, we have all that emotions. But yeah, I was an extremely tempered person. But yeah, it's all settled now.
That's so nice to be so honest and share that part of you where you were short tempered, but you know how to respond, not react.
Yes.
And Gauri ma'am has been a part of your journey and you've taken a lot of certifications. Today, you're helping many. Your calmness, there's a calmness. If somebody sits around you, they will automatically calm down themselves. That type of aura you have now. That's nice.
Oh, thank you so much.
That's really nice. Dear ma'am, your favorite color and why?
My favorite color is blue. So I don't know, that gives some sense of calmness, that serene feeling, that love, that peacefulness. So I don't know, but somehow I mean, there are stages where people used to have favorites in each stage of their life, but from the beginning it has always been blue for me, except for when I was a kid. My mom used to say I used to love pink and orange, but then from the time I remember, like say 10th or so, after that, my remembrance is always blue because that gives me a sense of peace, calmness, that love, and that serene feeling.
Great. That's really nice. Dear ma'am, Janani at school loved which subject and why?
Okay, so I loved English. So at schools, we love subjects because of the teachers. So one subject I have always loved is English. I have developed this sense of, some sense of belonging to English because of my English teacher. So during the preschool days, it was, I mean, like not preschool, elementary, right? Until fifth, they call also. During those times, it was Mrs. Uma who handled the English during those times. And after that, it was Mrs. Lata. So she's a very good singer, by the way. So I started developing this love for English language because of the teacher. So yeah, English it is.
Thank you, ma'am. I really like the way you said something at the start. You love a particular subject because you like the teacher. Did I get that right?
Yeah, 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 it's always like that, no? So with the kids, only if they are going to love the teacher, they are going to sit and do the subjects, right? Any subject for that matter. If they're not going to like the teacher, obviously they're going to hate the subject because they wouldn't know what the subject holds for them later because it's all in the starting stage. So you develop what do you call a love or a sense of belonging to that subject only because of the teachers. So that's why I hold them in a very high state, my teachers always used to tell me, even now we are the only batch who used to call the teachers on September 5th every year, and that whole day I am unavailable to all the other things. So from the morning till evening, it is always from the starting from the school teacher, principal, college teachers, everyone, So whoever has helped me in my CA journey, these certifications. So full day on calls with the teachers. So I have a huge respect to them.
Wonderful, ma'am. I really like the way you put this. That's why, Ria, I asked you once again. All the teachers out there, if you want your students to score good marks, this is the answer from our celebrity today, Janani Ramakrishnan. Love your students and let them love you back. With respect and dignity, love each child such that they love your subject and score well in your subject. Do not be harsh to them. Do not pinpoint their mistake. They might have had a bad day at home. So understand your students, come down to their level and get to know your students. And then they will get to know you and your subject. Right? That's wonderful.
Definitely.
I really, it's a big round of applause from me and even hats off also to this beautiful answer. That's nice.
Thank you.
Wonderful, ma'am. Ma'am, till date, your proudest accomplishment till date. You've accomplished so many things, but the proudest moment, yeah, this is a wow moment for me.
I would say my personal transformation. So I did not think that I would be able to come out of all that and uh, become that Janani who I am today. But yeah, there were tough times when I had to go through so many things. I had self doubt and all that. So yeah, the proudest accomplishment I would say is working on myself. So all the others, yeah, it is one way or the other, it would reach you and you would achieve it one day or the other. But the person you want to become and whom you don't, or rather, I should put it as you love. So if I see myself in a mirror, I should be able to love myself. I should be able to appreciate her, appreciate the being that I am, and love myself. Yeah.
Perfect, perfect. That's a big takeaway for all of us. Love yourself. That is the greatest accomplishment. Understand yourself. Win over yourself. Win over your negative emotions.
Yes.
Yes, wonderful, ma'am. I really like it. That is the greatest accomplishment when I am able to take care of myself, control myself, know who I am. Yes, that's really nice. That's food for thought, what you put out just now, for all of us and to me also. Wonderful.
Thank you.
Brilliant, ma'am. You have a lot of wisdom to share. Great.
Thank you.
Dear ma'am, do you love pets? Do you have a pet at home?
I am actually afraid of dogs, cats, and all that, so I'm not much of a pet lover. But of late, I have started being friendly with dogs. I haven't got a chance with cat or other pets, but yeah, of late I have got chance to be okay-ish around dogs.
Okay, great. Ma'am, I have a cup in my hand. How do you look at this? Is it half full, half empty, filled to the brim, or overflowing? How do you look?
I would actually say the cup is neither half full, neither half empty. So it is what you hold within yourself. So, as I was telling you, so only when you hold yourself together, you know, you will be able to give it out to others around yourself, anybody at all. So the cup is neither half full nor half empty, not full, nor it is overflowing. It is what you hold within yourself. So it could be anything. So, but embrace it. So at low points, yeah, it could be half empty or it is half full, but you will have to embrace that change to tide over it. So when you are going to neglect that, you wouldn't be able to tide over and move on to the next stage. So embrace anything that comes your way, is what I would say.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing. That's really nice. Ma'am, are you a great listener, a great speaker, or both? To me, you're a great speaker. I
Okay.
don't know the other half. You must tell me that.
So there are times when I am a great listener, but most of the times I'm this chattery person, as you have rightly told. I am a great speaker, but there are times I am a great listener too when it comes to relationships. Otherwise I am a chit chatter, but when it comes to relationships, I'm a great listener.
As I said, you're a great speaker. All great listeners become great speakers. So you are definitely a great listener. And that is how you're able to speak so well. You have a good command over English, good fluency, and you know how to put the words rightly when you're speaking. You have a soft flow, no hurry, no rush. So a great listener will have all of these qualities when they speak.
Oh, great. Thank you.
Wonderful. Wonderful, dear. Very nice. Dear ma'am, if the Almighty or the universe was to give you a superpower and say, yes, Janani, this is yours, a superpower for you, you could choose. There are many superpowers maybe there, and God says, yes, choose your boon. Take what you wish. What would you choose? Which superpower?
The superpower to bring about smile in everybody, you know, because these days people forget what, rather than smile, I would say laughter. These days, with the people I see, you could see kids smiling and laughing for no reason. But then you will despise it, the adults, you know, especially the grandparents. There's a beautiful thing in Tamil, they would say, எதுக்கு தேவையே இல்லாம சிரிச்சிட்டு இருக்க, by meaning without no reason, you know, why do you keep laughing? But
Mm,
that's what is the sharams, I would say. The, what do you call that in English? The essence of life, you know. Sharams is essence of life. So so when you see kids, you know, they forget everything. They are very lovable, very forgiving, you know. Whenever you do a mistake, I go tell it to my daughter, she is readily forgiving, but that's not there with us. So the ability for me to impart this laughter, to bring about this laughter in human beings, is what I would love to have as a
wonderful.
superpower.
Great. Great. Very nice. Dear ma'am, could you just share any two red flags in life? Alert our audience, virtual audience, our guests, and me, of course, as well. Alert us with two red flags. Yes, this is a red flag. Stay safe. Any two.
Uh, yeah, I would say stay away from the person who is constantly putting you down. You know, so that is going to actually crush your self-respect. So there were times when we have been taught to have that good girl thing and all that. So whenever you see a person belittling you, putting you down constantly, stay away from that person. So one thing, that's a very negative vibe. Second thing, it is going to crush your self-worth and self-confidence, and you would start losing sight of yourself, and you would not be you. So please be away from those people, I would say. So one red flag that I could think of immediately.
Great. That's sufficient, ma'am. That's more than enough. Do not let anybody belittle you constantly. Maybe once or twice, it's okay. It's human. But constantly doing it, don't allow that. Right?
Yes.
Thank you. That's really nice. Lots of takeaways. Dear ma'am, this very second, I'm talking to you, you're talking to me, we are sharing a lot on the stage, on this platform. What are the changes you visualize in the next, from this moment to the next 50 years? What type of changes do you think would be there? Any two you could share with us.
Okay, so with the rapid increase in the use of technology, AI, and all that, I am really wondering where this world will go, because all the data, so whatever it is all there in front of you at the touch of the key or your mobile phones, you know. So I don't know where it is going to take us. And everything is out there in front of you. There are so many things you wouldn't even know what is right or what is wrong. So every data is there in front of you. So I don't know where the world is going to go with respect to this technology, data, and all that. And the second thing is sustainability. Yeah, the nature. So the earth, the mother earth, will protect us only if we are going to protect her. So with this deforestation, this global warming, and constant cutting down of trees, and nowadays I usually go to farms. Yeah, I be with the farmer every Sunday because I take my kids along for us to know where the food comes from, so from the soil to the plate and all that. So for that reason I take them. So with this constant thing of us, uh, what do you call, not protecting the nature, I don't know if there will be place at all for us in the future. And when you say 50 years, I'm really really worried, because I have my grandma who is 95 years old in my house now, and she is able to take care of herself. And more than that, she is even able to do work in the house, around the house, like washing vessels, cooking something up, keeping, yes, boiling milk and all that. So, but if you see my mother who is 50 years old, she's not the same as compared to her. And me, who is 30 years old, I am not even like my mother, who is now 50 years old. And I wouldn't know how my daughters would be. So, as you see the generations growing, the eating pattern, because of the nature and all that. So, the holistic health, physical health, mental health, everything has come down a lot. And this is making me afraid. And the one thing that I'm afraid of is what it holds to the humans in the next 30, 40 years, maybe, with respect to your physical health, your mental health, and even the survival.
Yes, dear. Beautifully said. Your grandma, your mom, you, and your kids. Wonderful. And of course, it has been deteriorating, but let's be positive and hope for a brighter future. Yes, dear. Do you mind if
That's
you give?
why,
Yes, dear.
yeah, that's why I would actually like to work with the kids, who would be able to bring about the change.
Yes, dear.
So we as people facilitating that, we can take it forward.
Great. Nice one. Dear ma'am, if you were given a time machine, just assume or imagine this question. If you were given a time machine in your hand and you were asked to click one of the buttons that would take you into the past and you had to go there and live somebody's life, relive somebody's life, whose life you would like to relive?
I would actually relive my own life.
Okay.
I do not want anybody else's life, because I don't know what it holds for, because you are only seeing a part of the person whenever you are there with them. But there are so many things happening behind without you knowing in their lives. So, but you know about you. So, me knowing about me, I would like to relive my life, and if at all there are few changes here and there that I would like to make. Yes, but nobody else's life for that
Fine.
matter.
Very practical answer. A great one. You would never know how they have suffered the others. If I say relive somebody's life, we've only seen a part of theirs. We don't know the real
Yes,
struggles. That's
yes.
really nice. I like that. Beautiful. I'm like thinking of what you answered, and I'm trying to put more thoughts into that and get into that answer of which you've answered. Like it's really very true. You never know how much they would have suffered to reach where they. I mean, it could be any person, a great personality.
Yeah.
Maybe it could Mahatma Gandhi, Mother Teresa. They just didn't become famous like that. They would have gone through lots of ups and downs. So I'm happy being me, right? That's
Yes.
wonderful. Dear ma'am, do you forgive others? Yes or no?
Yeah, I usually don't hold any grudges for that long, but if at all they touch the nerve, where it is unforgivable, they are out of my contact list. So there have been a very few people like that who have been out of my contact list. To name a few, there are only two people till date. But otherwise, I'm very forgiving.
That's nice. Yes, if somebody constantly hurts you, puts you down, out of contact list, and I'm like that, it's the same with me. Immediately, if I give them chances, and then if it is, what, I can't take it anymore, and then they are out of my contact list. Block, block, block,
Yes.
block, block. Yes, dear. That's really nice for there's a lot to resonate with you. Very nice. Dear ma'am, we've come to an end to the main session of the interview. We have a small segment called as the rapid fire round.
Oh,
Yes, dear.
sure.
We'll have a rapid fire round, which will just take 5 minutes. I've crossed about 1 hour and I really loved sharing the time with you. And I know I've taken a lot of time, just another 5 minutes. May
Yeah,
I?
yeah, sure, no problem. Sure.
Yes, dear. Dear friends, we go on with the rapid fire round to get to know the likes and dislikes of our celebrity, Janani Ramakrishnan, a chartered accountant, a psychologist, an NLP practitioner, of course, a great human being, and all of that. Dear ma'am, the answers will be in one word or two words. Right?
Sure.
Yeah. Now, if you're given a chance to select cakes, chocolates, and ice cream,
Chocolates.
strawberry flavor, chocolate flavor, butterscotch,
Chocolate.
chocolates. Initially you answered, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Summer, winter, rainy, spring, or autumn season.
It is summer.
You'd like to travel by land, water, or airways.
Land.
City, village, or town.
Village.
When you help others, do you expect anything in return? Yes or no?
No.
Your idea of a perfect day in one word.
Idea of a perfect day in one
In
word.
one word. Or a
Uh,
beautiful day in one word.
Beautiful day. Me uh, looking at myself gardening and taking care of my plants.
Are you a good cook?
Okay.
Okay. Me too. Okay. That's nice. I like the way you did that. Okay. That's nice. Your favorite recipe's name or the name of your favorite recipe. Let me put it rightly.
As I told you, I'm a very okayish cook, but I would like to work around with pastas,
Fast.
try different flavors, sauces, and all that. So yes,
Morning person or a night owl?
night owl,
Salty, sweet, or spicy food?
sweet,
Money, happiness, or both?
both,
Introvert, extrovert, ambivert?
ambivert,
You dwell in the past, present, or future when you're connected to your thoughts.
off late present,
Great. Very good. Socializing or me time?
me time,
Thinker, doer, or both?
both,
Street smart, book smart. When I say street smart, it is experiential learning.
street smart,
Fresh vegetables, fresh fruits, fresh salads, or fried food.
fresh fruits.
Home cooked food or food ordered from out.
I
Difficult.
would actually, yeah, it is difficult. So since I'm conscious now, it is home cooked food, but I would have actually stole takeout.
Yes. Love to spend time on a beach or a forest.
Forest,
You love to sing or dance.
singing.
छोटी सी गाना हो जाए. Do you know Hindi?
Yeah, I can understand, but I'll not be able to
Or a
reply back.
சின்ன
You
பாட்டு.
asked me if I could. Yeah, I understand. You asked me to sing
How will I
among
ask
myself.
you this question in Tamil? ஒரு
ஒரு
சின்ன பாட்டு.
பாட்டு பாடுறீங்களா?
பாடுவீங்களா? ஒரு பாட்டு பாடுறீங்களா? Correct.
Yeah.
பாடுவீங்களா? Is it? I don't know how.
பாட்டு பாடுறீங்களா?
பாட்டு பாடுறீங்களா? Please, would you oblige for us one song?
Yeah, sure. Mm, mm. யமுனை ஆற்றிலே காற்றிலே கண்ணனோடு தானாட பார்வை பூத்திட பாதை பார்த்திட பாவை ராதையோ பாட இரவும் போனது பகலும் போனது கண்ணன் இல்லையே கூட இளைய கண்ணியின் நிமைத்திடாத கண் இங்கும் அங்குமே தேட. I can go on and on, but yeah,
Yeah,
for the want of time.
lots of, yeah. You have a lovely voice. In fact, I usually request the guest to sing twice, but here I was more engrossed with your wisdom and thoughts that you were sharing that I only was able to give you, oblige and request you to sing once. That's nice. You have a lovely voice, huh? Rombo nalla.
I am just learning Carnatic music. I just stopped when I came to ninth. So now I have again restarted, and my kid is also accompanying me. So yeah,
ஒரு
this
பாட்டு
is my
சின்ன
passion.
சின்ன ஆஷா.
Sorry?
சின்ன சின்ன ஆஷா.
Oh, சின்ன சின்ன ஆசை பாட்டு.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. சின்ன சின்ன ஆசை சிறகடிக்கும் ஆசை முத்து முத்து ஆசை முடிந்து வைத்த ஆசை. I don't remember the lyrics after that.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Thank you. That's a favorite song of mine. So I request most of the guests, if they could, sing this for me. That's really nice.
Oh, okay.
Very nice, team. Dear ma'am, you love to walk, ride a two-wheeler or a four-wheeler?
I would like to ride a two-wheeler.
Great. Now there's the last two questions. One little table is in front of you with a
Hmm.
lovely book and great music. What would you
Hmm.
select first?
Music always.
Music always. Of course, you have a beautiful voice too. Definitely music. That's nice. Dear friends, with this we come to an end to the main part of the session. But yet, before ending the interview session, we have one last question for our celebrity. That is, ma'am, we all know that there are three magical words. Please, sorry, and thank you. Number எல்லாருக்கும் தெரியும்.
Mhm.
But apart from this, we would love and request our celebrities to add three more positive, magical words on this show. It could be
Okay.
compassion, love, anything.
Okay. Love, peace, and harmony. I have been telling this on and off throughout this interview, I guess. But yeah, this is my mantra these days: love, peace, and harmony.
Love, peace, and harmony.
Yes.
Wonderful. Dear friends, this is what we've got to learn apart from please, sorry, and thank you. Love, peace, and harmony. Let it be spread across the world. No wars out there, my dear friends. Lots of wars taking place. Innocent lives are lost. So spread peace, love, and harmony. Love the world and love people. And of course, love yourself too. Right? That's really nice.
Important.
Dear ma'am, we had a beautiful time. I'd like you to visit our platform once again, share much more. You have a lot to share, I know. And I'd like you to be back again and to listen to your sweet voice. And of course, I'd love to see your little angels as well, maybe.
Sure,
And I'd
sure.
love to meet your grandmother too. I wish I could interview her because I'd love to see the zeal that she has, doing the chores around the house and helping you staying strong.
You should see her loving herself. So whenever it is, even when she's sick, um, she'll do everything at time and taking care of herself. She'll be presentable always. So whenever you say we'll have to go out, she'll take a new dress, wear it, be all presentable. Where do you have this so much? I mean, where have you stored this energy? Having now, okay, I take some dress, put it on, just be presentable. Just I mean, should be presentable. That's all. But she would go above, way beyond, put powder, have that put and then comb her hair nicely, neatly dressed, new dress, new saris, and all that. One thing that I always admire from my grandma is that uh, the the strength. I don't know where she takes it from, but being presentable and loving herself, and even till date, touchwood, she would like to taste different food, whatever it is. If we say, "Party, you are old enough, so please try to control." No, don't. I mean, like in Tamil, she used to, "Hey, konjam thanadi சாப்பிடுற." So she used to love tasting food and presenting herself well before people and all that. One thing that I always look up to my grandma.
Wonderful, ma'am. Really, I look forward to interviewing her too because I want people with that energy. She has given, you're the chip of the old block. You have that. She's like sandalwood and she's rubbed off that beautiful, fragrance on you, which you've shared today with us. That's really very nice. Thanks for being a part of our journey. Love you and love your mom. Love to your grandma and your little daughters too and your entire family.
Thank you. Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
ma'am. Thank you so much for being a part of this show. God bless and stay safe.
Yeah, thank you.
Dear friends, with this, we end the session and we'll meet you soon again. Thanks for being with us on the International Fab Talks. Thank you, ma'am, and stay safe.
Thank you. Thank you to you too.